What is going on, everybody? It is Glenn Tupper coming at you with a brand new video, and today is a special day because we are gonna do a giveaway. I am giving away my brand new book called Paramotor USA, 10 Years of Flight in the Land of the Free. So we're about to get to this giveaway. It is gonna be live coming at you right here on this channel, and a special surprise for you guys. I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite flights that's from this book. One of the craziest flights ever, where I flew over the Grand Canyon. My mission wasn't a complete success because I wanted to fly across the Grand Canyon, but it turned out that it was going to be too dangerous, so I had to turn around. But I did actually get over the Grand Canyon, and I'm going to show you guys how to, if you are brave enough, to complete that flight successfully and return back to Grand Canyon Airport. So I'm going to teach you guys, if you ever want to attempt this flight, how to go to Grand Canyon, how to legally fly over the Grand Canyon. I'm pretty proud of this book. So if you like this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video. Let's get right into the giveaway. I am going to change my screen here. Boom. All right, so I ran a giveaway on Facebook. It was under the Facebook group called Paramotor, and the rules were simple. You just had to like and throw a comment. So I threw these names in here, and all these people commented on my post, and we are going to spin this wheel. And if you are the winner, go ahead and DM me, and we are going to get you set up with your very own Paramotor USA book. It is a whole bunch of pages of 10 years of photography flying around in a paramotor in the United States. There's nothing like this out there. So if you're not the winner, you can go over to my website, paramotortheamericas.com, and pick one of these up. It comes in hardback or in softcover. So if you really like what you see here, help support this channel, head on over to my website. I'm going to drop a link in the description below and pick yourself up one of these amazing books. 10 years of work, 10 years of taking photos from the air. So let's spin this sucker and get ourselves a winner. Andy! Woo! Andy Bynum, you are the winner of a brand new, just released Paramotor USA book. I'm gonna sign this for you. DM me and I'm gonna send this to you. Thank you for your comment. I can't wait for you to get the book and let me know how you like it. All right, so here's the website, Paramotor the Americas. You can pick yourself up, Paramotor USA, 10 years of flight in the land of the free. Now, to the video, you are gonna find in this book a few pictures of me flying over the Grand Canyon. All right, so I want to share some of this knowledge with you guys since I have been flying for so long throughout the United States, throughout the world. Like I said, one of my favorite flights, challenging flights, crazy flights, was flying over the Grand Canyon. All right, so to start out, how do we do this legally? All right, well, you're going to have a GPS. You have to have a GPS where you can input coordinates, and you're also going to have an aviation band radio. I took off. I'm going to tell you how I did it and how it was legal. So I took off at the Grand Canyon National Park, KGCN Airport. All right, so what I did was I just rolled up there. I parked my car. I went into actually the where they do the tours over there, Grand Canyon Airlines. I just walked in to this building right here, and I found a pilot. So this was back in like the end of 2011. I was there right before the end of the year. I went in there. I found a pilot, talked to him. He gave me the phone number to the tower. I called them. I told them what my plan was, what I was going to be doing, and I told them I did have a radio. And you can find that phone number. All you got to do is go to airnav.com, look up GCN Airport, and you'll find the phone number there and all the frequencies that you need. All right. So what I did, I told him the plan, and one of the pilots, he let me through a gate over here on the side, and I came over to the taxiway right here, and I actually took off. I didn't take off on the runway. I took off on the taxiway. I called tower. They gave me permission to take off. I told them I was going to be heading over to the east to a staging area where I was going to climb. So Grand Canyon is what's called a special flight rules area. And so you have to abide by these rules in order to go into these certain corridors. So what I did was I flew east, and I set myself up in a staging area. I was monitoring 120.05, and once I got my altitude, which if you look down here on this chart here, it says corridor altitudes. This is for general aviation. This is not for the tour operations. You are going to have helicopters and airplanes flying below you if you ever decide that you want to go attempt this. All right, so northbound you've got 11,500 or 13.5. So I flew east, set myself up in a circle pattern here, and climbed. It took a long time to get to 11,500 feet, but I got to 11,500 feet, and the reason why you need a GPS is so you can figure out where this Zuni Alpha grid point is, and it's right here on the map. Zuni Alpha, this is the entrance to the Zuni Point corridor heading north. So at 11,500 feet, I called in. I said I was at Zuni Alpha. I'm headed north. All right, so I started heading north, and I probably got just a little bit past this ridge here out over the canyon, and I realized that that was not a good altitude to have. If I were to go any further, my engine quit, I would not have enough glide distance to make it to one side or the other. So what I did is I made that determination, and I turned around. So I dropped down, and as you can see from this chart, southbound 10.5. So I dropped down to 10.5, and I started heading back. Now, all the setup and everything, I took off later in the day than what I would have liked to, and I think because of that, it started getting very, very turbulent. And so as I was heading south at 10.5, it started getting very, very turbulent, and I realized that it probably wasn't a safe decision to head back to the airport. I called the tower. I told them that I was going to be putting it down somewhere over south outside of the national park. And so I decided that I was basically going to have to take the paramotor and put it down out in the wilderness and outside the national park. So what happened to me, I'll show you the route. Now, if you're really good, which I was not at this moment in time back in 2011, and I don't even know if I would attempt this at all today, ever. It was crazy, and I will admit that it was crazy. If this was my original plan, this route here, so I was going to take off, head to the Zuni corridor 11.5, fly north, head west, and then come back over the Dragon corridor. And this whole route here is about 72 miles, roughly about 72 miles. I think that this would be a bad idea to do, because if you were to lose your engine and get stuck on the north rim, you would probably be there forever. So in my opinion, it would probably be best to do what I did if you were to attempt this. Head east, climb up 11.5, go out as far as you are comfortable over that corridor, the Zuni corridor, and then turn around. Drop down to 10.5, make your radio calls, and then head back down south and fly back to the airport and land. I think that the canyon is just too immense, it's too wide to safely attempt this if you care for your life. So if you were to do this, I would probably say just fly over to that Zuni corridor, enter at 11.5, fly out as much as you feel safe, then drop down, transition southbound 10.5, fly back, make your radio calls, and fly back to the airport, making all your radio calls. There is a lot of helicopter, a lot of airplane traffic out here, so I would make sure that you are on top of all your radio calls and that everybody knows where you are to do this legally and safely. You can do it safely. It's just a crazy idea. All right. So moving on with the story. So I started getting bumped around and I was like, I gotta put this thing down. So I exited the national park and made an emergency landing somewhere out in the woods down here, and I don't even know how long it took me. My wing actually went into a tree, and I hiked out of there. I went up somewhere along this road that went along the rim over here. I made it to this road right here somewhere, and I had to hitchhike, and no one would pick me up. They would absolutely not pick me up. I think I spent like 2 hours waiting for somebody to finally pick me up. I said, hey, I need a ride over to the airport. And they gave me a ride back over to the airport. I picked up my van and I drove back to that location wherever I came out of the woods at. And I put my van there and I hiked back to my equipment. It took me like 2 hours to get my wing out of this tree. And then I finally got my equipment and hiked it out of there for miles and I can't even remember how far it was, but it was a day. It was a day. I made it back to my van, and then all of a sudden I had a national park ranger come up to me and say, "Hey, we saw you flying. You're in trouble." And I was like, "Nope, I'm not in trouble. I did it all legally. The tower knows." And they took down my information. I actually, because I had a GPS, I showed them my track and my altitude and showed them that, hey, this was completely legal. And never heard from them again. Actually, later on after that, you'll see more pictures. Then I drove over to Las Vegas and I flew over the Hoover Dam. And I called the FAA and was like, hey, I wasn't really sure back then if that airspace was legal just by looking at the chart. And they said, hey, we heard about your flight over the Grand Canyon. Yeah, if you just do it with the radio, you know there's a lot of traffic out there, you're going to be fine. So, yeah. You're going to find a lot of pictures of crazy adventures in this book. And I hope that when you get a hold of this book, that some of these adventures inspire you. I've put locations at the bottom of each one of these things here. Each one of these pictures. It's just a great coffee table book. Maybe one of these locations will inspire you to go and check out some of these places, man. The United States has some of the most amazing flying I've ever done. There's so many more places I want to go explore. If you have any cool places that you know of, challenging places, let me know. I hope to get on the road sometime soon. Here we go. There's the Grand Canyon right there. Yeah, drop a link in drop a comment below some of your favorite, most challenging places, crazy stories. Share with me. I hope to make some more videos with some more stories about where I've flown, coordinates, try to help you guys when you go explore on the road in the United States. So anyways, like I said, thanks for watching. To our winner here, Andy, shoot me a DM and I will get your information, send you this book. I hope you enjoy it. I hope all you guys like this video. If you like this video, like I said at the beginning, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, fly safe and blue skies.
Here we go. Here comes somebody. Watch, they won't pick me up. Oh! Oh! Ooh! Come on! Come on, man! Come on! I need some help! No, he just looked at me and smiled. Smile? Thank you very much.